Previously on the Arias adventures. That's okay. The guy is completely caught, like, again with your ghillie suit and whatnot. Yeah.
Mannie's just like, oh god. And when he gets the blood spray, he's like, oh god. And I'm gonna pull out my staff and I'm gonna say hello to my little friend and zap him with a lightning bolt.
Do this. Lokeros, she is still going to target you with an attack.
Yeah, I figured she would.
28 hit you?
You know what it does.
Let's get another spray of blood hits you.
I like wipe the blood out of my eyes so I can see.
Your curls are just like covered in blood. She's still putting up a fight. You notice that she almost has like this driven determination in her eye.
All right, well, let's break that. I'm gonna do a distance whispers at level 3.
So that would be 23 damage. Everything's said and done.
How do you want to finish her?
All right, then I just want to like square up with the shot and let the arrow loose and have it just impact like right at the base of her skull, right into the neck there, and just take her out clean.
No, you hadn't yet. And you also were able to pick off 200 gold from on her person, but you guys had also come to the assumption that they left a lot of like their travel gear and perhaps the rest of their money in the rooms they rented from the tavern.
We're gonna go to ransack their room.
Ransack their room or rooms, whatever the case is. But I had already.
We really are the bad guys.
What are you talking about? These guys are chumps, man.
Oh, yeah.
You're vigilantes.
Geez, they're vigilantes going after, slaves. It's pretty bad. Well, Lokeros doesn't like it. He's very disenchanted with the whole thing.
Let's see. Tagoro, were you going to take Ramathorn back to the workshop?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. And were you guys going to cast invisibility on him before getting back into town, or were you just going to be like, fuck it?
I want to be safe. I'll cast it.
You guys, Tagoro, are you taking Ramathorn on your own, or are you guys just going to do that and then stay as a group? Like, what's your just going to drop Ramathorn off, or was there anything else you wanted to do while doing that?
I mean, if I understand, it's pretty late, so I just figured I'd do it. Okay,
that's fine. I mean, you know the way now and whatnot. As you guys are walking through the streets before you split off, you notice that the streets, like, it's not as busy as it has been. I mean, like, earlier in the day, it was pretty chaotic with the explosion and everything, but things seem to be at kind of like a tense calm walking through the streets. It's not busy and bustling even this late at night. Like, there kind of has been noise off in the distance and whatnot. The workshops and forges are all silent. There are a lot more guard patrols in the streets. There's less people. Guards don't stop you guys or anything since you seem to be heading towards destination, but just taking note of that as you walk through the streets. Xavier, or not, Tagoro, when you get to the courtyard of the workshop, there's like one stable hand there who's yawning and whatnot, who's just, kind of doing security duty and everything. He nods at you as you come through with Ramathorn. Are you doing any nighttime tuck-ins for him?
Always.
Wrestle, feed, all that jazz.
Yep.
Wrestle, feed, and then wrestle some more. A little more feeds, some more wrestling.
Fair. And then do you just go catch up quickly with the rest of the group?
Yeah.
When you guys all reconvene at the tavern, it isn't busy. There are a couple of patrons in here still. There are a few, like, as you can see, there's just a few people. You see Alfhorn and Fiora at the bar. They look kind of bored. You don't see any servers or busboys around. Like, it's very quiet tonight. It's by tavern time, it should like be full of people and everything, but right now it's pretty bare and somber. There's no bard playing music or anything. People are just kind of like quietly sitting either together or alone talking amongst themselves. So what would you guys like to do?
Well, I guess, hey, Lokeros, do you want me to go check those items out?
Yeah. Can you check those out? And I'll meet you upstairs and take a gander at the rooms. I'm gonna go talk to Blitz and let her know what went down, and maybe if she knows what rooms they're staying in. She might not be happy about us rifling through everything up there. So
Yeah,
I might keep that on the down low.
So at the moment, presently here in the tavern, you only see Fiora and Alfhorn. You don't see Blitz with them or here in the tavern at the like in the front part of the tavern.
Hey, Fiora, where's Blitz at?
Well, she headed to the palace to check on Cat.
Oh, okay.
While you guys were out, we got the town kind of received some more bad news.
Bad news.
Well, not only did the crown prince die in the explosion, but it looks like the king as well.
The king.
And
he's gone too?
Yeah.
So this was specifically targeted to take the both of this has got to be the brother.
I don't know. You mean the king's bastard?
Yeah, it's
I don't know. If it was, then
why else got the king and the crowned prince? I mean,
I don't know. The king's mistress was also killed, and the bastard is in serious critical condition.
Wait, he is?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when did you find that out?
Well, a squire came by with an announcement. The city is in official mourning for the royal family. So the forges and shops are going to be closed for the next few days.
Well, we need it.
So Blitz went to go check on Cat.
Well, maybe we need to go check them out in the morning. I wanted to stay and help them out with all that, but we really needed to take care of these bounty hunters so they didn't take out the Nicojin. We would have had a mess on our hands if that had happened on top of, the castle. That would have been even more bad news.
Yeah. Rhodes and Tagoro, are you two, did you guys stay with Lokeros or did you split off, or where are the two of you at during this conversation?
Oh, I'm probably just eating food.
Okay. So you're just sitting at the table?
Yes.
Okay. And then Mannie's upstairs.
Well, I guess we got some things to think about, Fiora. I was convinced that I'm still not unconvinced that he doesn't have something to do with this. I mean, I can see him injuring himself to make it look like he has nothing to do with. He just,
I don't know how you can injure yourself on purpose under a pile of beams.
Well, I don't know. We don't know what's going on, so I don't trust him, period, anyway. It's just shifty.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong.
I think I went with Lokeros to go to ask all of that. And so finding out that you said the bastard son is in critical care, right?
Yes.
I asked them where that might be. Like, where is he being treated?
Well, there's still parts of the palace that are still standing. So, I mean, Cat went there. Cat's there. Baldus is there with a bunch of, like heavily guarded since they're the last two members of the royal family. So there's that.
Yeah. See, that's what gives me pause is that that one, we have two options here. One, that the bastard did this somehow or knows who did it, and he just got caught in his own trap. And or somebody is taking out all the royals and Cat will be next.
Yeah.
So
I would
that's
agree.
where I'm thinking we need to focus. I personally would love to go sneak into wherever Baldus is and put the screws to him and see if we can figure out what role in this he played. But we'll have to figure out how feasible that will be. At the very minimum, I think that we might want to keep an eye on Kat, and then that becomes the issue of juggling Kat and Naomi's group. And how do we care for both in this situation?
Yeah, technically we're set to leave tomorrow.
You guys really haven't followed up on those.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of what the Nikogen originally, they were going to be here for a few days, settling some sort of business or whatever. And then I think they were going to tell you when they were ready to leave.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, of course, there's by the same token, do we really owe the palace people anything? Technically we have a contract with the Nikogen.
Yeah, that kind of overrides everything, really, right?
Now, the other side of that coin is that I really, really, really want to kill Carver Blackwood. And we're fairly certain that the Serpentine woman is in league with whatever's going on here. So it might be a decision time.
Yeah, we need to decide something.
Fiora just kind of like overhearing the two of you kind of like pondering this. She's like, you guys are going to head out of town?
Thinking about it. We were always originally going to. Now it's just a question of whether or not circumstances have changed.
Oh.
We'll need to speak with Naomi and her brothers and see where we're at with that. Their minds may have changed since we took out the bounty hunters. So
yeah, I don't know. If I was them, I'd want to get out of town even faster now.
Probably.
Can I do a quick insight check on Fiora to see what she's feeling about the possibility of us leaving?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, can I help out with that?
How are you going to help out? Or do you just want to make your own?
3. Yeah, I'm oblivious.
Okay.
That's what I mean. I want to make one too.
Okay. Tagoro, by now you've finished your first full bowl.
Yeah, where's the second?
Well, the boy's not here to refill your stuff, and it looks like it's just Alfhorn and Fiora.
Oh, I just go to the kitchen. I already know my way around it, so
fair enough.
Walk back.
Okay. So you guys don't even notice that Tagoro's just helping himself to the kitchen. You said you got a 25 with your insight, Lokeros?
Yep, 25.
You notice that as you guys are talking about decisions and the Nikogen would probably want to cut out of town, she kind of like gives almost a disappointed look to Alfhorn, and he just kind of like nods at her and whatnot, and she just looks back at you guys and gives you her normal kind of like passive like okay kind of look. So yeah.
So what's up? Would that be
Fiora.
a problem? Fiora? Thanks.
What?
Well, you seem a little disappointed that we may leave town.
Oh, I mean, oh, guys have been kind of fun to have around. Hate to see y'all go, but I guess you guys got jobs and whatnot, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'd say he'd right, and I sort of gesture over my shoulder to Goro, but we all know he can't, so...
He can't what?
I said I'd say he'd right as I gesture over my shoulder to Goro, but we all know he can't, so...
They can't, yeah. Well, he does know a few words, and he can do... he understands pictures.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. when he's not hungry, which is pretty much never, he can concentrate on pictures.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty smart with stuff. I like him.
Well,
I think he's pretty...
to track. He knows how to hunt. I think he's more than
for a half-orc, he's pretty smart.
Yeah. Well, he grew up with wolves. So, dire wolves, for that matter.
Pretty badass.
Yeah. You just... all you have to do is ask him. He'll tell you.
Well, I guess good luck with whatever decision you guys have to make.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's kind of tough time, but there's no decision until we can talk to them and find out what's going on. I think maybe in the least we want to go check on Kat and maybe try to get some info. Road, I don't, as much as I just want to, tear into that bastard son. The way things are right now in the capital, with it looking like an assassination attempt on the whole royal family, he is royal. If we try to do anything or even make him feel uncomfortable, we could be the bad guys. I don't know if that's a good idea.
I'm not too worried about becoming the bad guys here. Or at least being perceived as the bad guys here. But I see your point that we should tread lightly. I don't think that Baldus is Carver. I think that he's some stooge in league with some grander scheme here. I don't think he's Lord Renauld. I think there's something else going on here that we're not seeing. And I think he knows more, maybe even more than he thinks he knows. But you're right. It could affect our position here. And if I'm being honest, I either want to get on the trail of hunting down whatever the bigger evil is here so that I can stop sitting in crowds and sort of looks around at their random patrons. It's
pretty empty in here.
I know.
Yeah, there's like...
I know, but still, there's more than 10 people on one side. I don't like this.
Fair enough.
Or I'd like to get out of town and get on the road again.
Yeah.
So as you guys, and by now Tagoro's back at the table digging into another big bowl of soup. Mannie, you're upstairs working on going through stuff?
Yeah, I just kicked off my boots and sitting kind of Indian style and just ritual spell, identify all the items.
So the sword, were you casting identify on the sword as well?
Yeah, on everything.
Okay. So
I believe I believe it. Identify.
It's like 10 minutes.
So you choose. It's only one object. So you have to do 10 minutes each object.
Gotcha. So you're going to be up there for a while.
Yeah. So sword.
Let's see. The sword is a +1 long sword.
I'm just chilling out. Muttering incantations for the next one.
Yep. Let's see. The potion is a greater healing potion. So that does 4d4 hit points back when you drink it. There was a +1 dagger in there as well. Okay, you two need to stop being mean in the chat.
It's pretty funny.
And then the ring is a ring of protection. And that gives the user a +1 bonus to AC and saving throws while wearing it. And it does require attunement.
All right. So once I'm all done with that, I would just kind of get my boots back on, collect all the items, and then go back downstairs to report to the group.
When you go to put your hand on the doorknob, there's a knock at it.
Oh, I open it.
When you open it, you are stunned to find the figure of your mother standing in front of you, cloaked, but you recognize her eyes from underneath the hood.
Mom? I take a couple steps back.
She quickly steps in and closes the door, and she holds her hand up for a moment, and you see her with her other hand sweep it across the room, and you feel some sort of magic come from it, but you're not quite sure what it is. And then she pulls back the hood, and you see her long hair tumbling down around her and whatnot. How many years has it been since you've seen your mother?
Are we counting the 3 years that we missed?
Sure.
Okay, so 10.
Okay. So what are you feeling after seeing her?
Shocked, awe, kind of like emotional, teary-eyed.
Okay. And what do you
like,
say?
What do you, where did you go?
What are you doing here, Mannie?
What do you, wait, what am I doing here? What about you?
That's not important. But you shouldn't be here. I told you to leave.
I have friends.
You can't trust them.
Says you. I can barely trust anybody now. Listen, I just need to know. What are you doing?
I'm protecting you by not telling you. But it's not safe for you here, Mannie. You have to leave.
I can't just leave my friends. They've protected me.
If you knew what was out there, what dangerous things were out there, including myself, you would leave right now and not even worry about them. Go back to the circus. Go back to your father. It was safer there with them.
I'm not going back there. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not the little boy that you left.
I had to leave, Mannie. It was for your own protection.
The protection that you can't tell me about?
Yes.
Well, how can I trust my own mother if she can't even trust me with a secret? And I try to leave.
She doesn't stop you. She doesn't stand in front of you or get in your way. She's just as you put your hand on the door and begin to turn it, she's just like, then if anything, you need to stay away from the palace, Mannie, as long as you're here.
I don't make any eye contact. I kind of look at the door handle.
Stay away from the palace, from all of them.
I'm going to stay with my friends. I'm just going to open the door and shut it behind me. And tears are going to run down my face.
Do you compose yourself before you regroup with your friends, or do you just rush down?
Yeah, I try my best.
Okay. go ahead and when you get downstairs, make a performance check to see how well put together you are after that. And I'm going to go ahead and have you roll at a disadvantage since that was so emotionally scarring for you.
10-4. Okay, y'all saw that, right? That's some bullshit.
Was that a net 20 followed by a 4?
Yes.
My goodness.
That's a plus 10. That's plus 10. That's 14.
Okay. That's awesome.
Because that would be what contested against our insight checks, right?
Yeah. Would that be your guys' passive perception?
You can do passive insight, where you just say
Okay.
10 plus your insight bonus.
That's true. So you said that was a 14, so Lokeros, you would notice.
Yes, because
Rhodes.
mine's 17.
Rhodes definitely notices.
Just to be fair, I think all of them will notice because we've been traveling together for a long time.
That is fair.
So fuck,
I'd
they all
say
notice.
that's
I
fair.
rolled a 4. Fuck all of you. You know I was crying upstairs.
So
It's okay. You're allowed to have a cry, Mannie. You don't let them make you feel bad about that, all right? Come over here. Here's my 3 arms. It's okay.
So, Mannie, you try to do the best you can. Again, that was you haven't seen her in 10 years. And yeah, that was pretty wrecking on you. So you come down the stairs and you guys all notice that he looks like he's spent the last 10 or 15 minutes just looks like he's been crying. And you guys all notice this. Tagoro, you also notice as you're finishing your second bowl of soup.
I immediately go to Mannie. Hey, bud. How you doing?
Oh, good. Really nice items. Just really got me going. You know how it is.
Yeah, absolutely. You need
I go
anything?
get him some soup.
Want like a drink or something?
Sure, I'll take a drink. Anything really strong.
Yeah,
I've got you, lad. You hear
I think we can
Alphorn
do really
say.
strong. Yeah.
He pours some dwarvish whiskey out for you. Nice double shot. And Tagoro comes out with a bowl of soup for you.
Oh, thanks. I kind of wipe my nose and start eating. And I'll relay the items to my team.
So through
Take the double shot.
Yeah. Through sniffles and tears and eating and drinking, he tells you guys about the items that he identified. +1 dagger, a +1 greatsword, a greater healing potion, and a ring of protection.
I mean, I don't know magic, Mannie, but they don't seem that impressive to be crying over tears of joy.
Yeah.
Did you see that spider again?
They are nice. What?
Did you see that spider in your room again? Did it scare you?
Oh, no. No, buddy. I might have seen something much worse.
Can I make a stealth check?
Sure. You're going to
stealth.
slip out of the room.
I'm going to go upstairs.
Sure. Make that self check. Are the Rhodes and Tagoro, you guys still comforting Mannie?
Yes. Can I make a check to see if I notice Lokeros trying to slip out?
You will, because I rolled a 7.
Yeah, so he takes like he goes over to the step, and on the first step, you just hear a loud creak as his boot plops on it. He's kind of like stuck.
I just keep walking upstairs, and as soon as I not within eyesight from where they are, I pull my sword out.
Okay.
And then I say, "Who's up here?"
There's no response.
I go over to his room.
You don't hear anything behind the door.
I check the door.
It's unlocked.
Okay. I turn the knob. Well, if it has a knob.
You lift the latch. Yeah, when you open it,
and I push it out quickly with my free hand.
You just find Mannie and Rhodes's room with just their gear, and nobody's in here. You don't see anything or detect anything or anyone. It is completely empty.
Can I do a perception check to see if I smell anything?
Sure.
Let's see, 13, 17.
You don't smell anything out of the ordinary. It all seems pretty undisturbed in here.
I say, I know you're here, or you were, and you may still be able to hear me. Stay away from Mannie.
You don't get any response in the room.
If I find you near Mannie again, I will take you out. Stay away from him, whoever you are. And then I shut the door and, I don't lock it because I don't know if he has his key or not.
Fair enough.
I shut it and I go back down I sheath my sword and go back down the stairs.
We'll be right back with the rest of the episode after a quick word from some of our other fellow podcast friends.
Welcome to Queer Dungeoneers. This is an unbearable experience. If someone was listening to this, they would say, this is pure silliness.
I'm going to turn into a really big cow.
Moo.
It is Baramos of the Fourth Circle. Free me from this orb.
Do you have Baramos in your bag?
No?
You can tell me if you've got Baramos in your bag.
No, I've got rations.
You've got Baramos in your bag!
No, I don't.
Nim, what have you done?
Queer Dungeoneers, an actual play podcast about being who you are by being someone different. Get it now!
I am great and nothing can hurt me.
Hey everyone, your DM Cassie here. Before we jump back into the rest of the episode, we have kicked off our March Epic Loot Box giveaway. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Facebook pages for our giveaway posts. Just make sure to like, share, and comment for your chance to win some awesome gear to give you the advantage on your next encounter. As always, if you've been enjoying this episode of Party Advantage, please take the time to review us on your podcast platform of choice. Reviews really do help us spread the word and grow the show so that we can bring you even more exciting content. And whenever you find yourself wanting to know more about Arias and Farwind, please make sure to check out our website at partyadvantagepodcast.com. You'll find it full of character backstories, lore, maps, and much, much more. Thank you so much for listening, and now, back to the show.
So, the three of you comforting Mannie. Mannie, how you doing there, pal?
I'm better. I'm gonna just kind of
Althorn poured you a couple more shots.
Awesome. I'm gonna take another one. And then I'm going to look towards Rode and Tagoro, and I'm gonna say, okay, so my mom was upstairs.
Oh, I bet that was awesome.
I just kind of like look over, like, what? No, it's not awesome. It kind of is, I guess, because I saw her.
Your tears of joy, though.
But it's not the reunion that I was hoping for. I don't really know what I was hoping for, I guess. I don't know. It's confusing.
She didn't bring you any of the old birthday presents she should have got you, did she?
What?
Classic mistake. You know, I bet she missed a lot of birthdays, so you're probably waiting for those presents. I would have been.
Did you get presents as the child of dire wolves, Tagoro?
I was wondering the same thing.
Yeah, I got extra portions, and I was always the first one to eat the kill. It's the best present in the world.
Wow.
I see. So, Manny, back to you. And I visibly
great,
turn
buddy.
away from Tagora, and we're done here. So, what did she tell you, Manny?
I mean, she told me that I couldn't trust you guys. And, yeah. Well, and then she told me to definitely stay away from the castle and the royal family.
Huh. Are you, you planning on taking her advice?
No, I mean, I want to stay with you guys. Honestly, you're more of a family than I've ever had.
Well, I feel the same way, but I think we're all at a bit of a crossroads right now, and so if you've got strong feelings one way or another, I think the group could be swayed one direction or the other. You're the one with real stakes here right now, after all.
Well, I mean, I'd rather do work than stay here.
So you want to get on the road with the Nikujin then, is what you're saying?
I mean, honestly, what's the purpose of staying here except for saving a possible kingdom? I mean,
well, you
do
know,
we even have that ability?
We'll know until we try, and then there's always the possibility of, this might be a great way to give your mom the middle finger. You never did get a chance to rebel, right?
That's true. The whole leaving the circus didn't do much. I doubt my dad's even worried about me.
No.
Anyway, I'm with the group. You guys are my family.
Well,
I trust you guys with my life, so.
And I trust you too, Manny. So I'm with you wherever you want to go.
Manny.
What about you, Tagoro? What's your vote?
You want to go help the Nikojin, or do you want to, I don't know, eat more?
I mean, the Nikojin, did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay. The Nikojin, really, they have to do what we say. So I say we stay here for a little bit.
All right. And I glance over at Fiora.
her and Alfhorn kind of like moved down the other end to give you guys, privacy to talk.
Please tell me you're going to wink at her.
I don't look at her. It's like an explosion. You don't look back at her.
No, Road. Road, I'm hoping when Road turns to look at her, he winks.
No, it's just straight neutral cat stare.
Dang it, Road. Give me something.
They're both Alfhorn and Fiora are purposely ignoring you guys, giving you guys, private time.
All right. So Lokeros, what do you want? Is Lokeros back by now?
Yeah, he's rejoined you guys. And...
So Lokeros, what do you want to do? Do we stay and sort out the castle, or do we pack our bags and get on the road with the Nikojin?
Well, I'm with you guys wherever we go.
What about you guys? I mean, we've been kind of started this whole thing looking for my mom and stuff. What about all of you? Do you have secret goals?
Yes.
I just open my eyes wider. Like, really? All right.
I got to confess something, Manny.
Okay. What's up, buddy?
Well, I just went upstairs.
Yeah, we all saw you.
Well, I'm not always very quiet. I went to go see who was up there. I guess it was your mom.
Yeah, it was my mom. You probably couldn't find her. She's quite powerful with magic.
Yeah, I figured. But you said you trust us, and for me that means that we're upfront and honest with each other. So I don't know if she heard me, but I told her if she comes near you again, I'm going to kill her. Not knowing it was her, just whoever it was.
That's okay, bud. That's all right.
I know it's your mom. I wouldn't do it if you asked me not to. But if you were indifferent, then I will stay that course.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that we're a good team. And I kind of raise up my other shot.
I grab Tagoro's mug and I slog it down.
Here.
So, what are you guys going to do for the rest of the night?
Well,
probably stumble upstairs drunk as fuck and lay down.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna start see if I can gather some information on what's going on with the castle. Maybe see if anybody has seen a woman with that snake tattoo around.
Are you gonna ask around here at the bar?
Oh no, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go out the streets and start see if I can.
Okay. Are you going to do this here at night, or are you going to wait till morning?
I'm doing it here at night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. What are the three of you guys going to? Well, Mannie, you're going to go upstairs and pass out.
Yeah, I am.
And then Roche, or Lokeros, and Tagoro, are you guys hanging out here in the bar, or are you heading to bed as well?
I follow.
I'm gonna head to bed.
I follow.
You're gonna head to bed?
I go with Road.
I had a rough day of killing a lot of people.
Yes, you.
I need a shower. I still probably have the ghillie suit on, part of it. I need a shower.
My God, I forgot about the ghillie suit. Oh, that's a great mental image. If you with bits of soup in your ghillie suit right now because it's been trailing when you've been reaching across the table. Oh my God, that's great.
All right.
I'm gonna.
Are you gonna say goodnight to Fiora or anything?
I mean, I can.
No, I didn't know if you're gonna try to do anything suave in your ghillie suit.
I figured this now that the audience hopefully just realized that when I said I was going back to grab soup, soup from the kitchen, no one saw me.
Because of the ghillie suit.
Because of the ghillie suit. Okay.
It only hides in the forest.
And Tagore doesn't know that.
Tagore doesn't know that.
Nice.
I just go up to him just I'm gonna go bathe.
I thought you didn't like bathing.
I don't, but this is extra bad.
Okay.
I think there's a bird nest living in my hair now.
Gross.
You hear chirping.
Okay.
I'm gonna relocate them and then go bathe.
Okay. Nice. All right. So you go do that. So Lokeros, do you offer to go with Rhodes when you notice him heading out, or?
No, I don't give him a choice. I go with him.
Okay. So
say,
Rhodes, is you?
Road,
yeah.
I'm coming. And
okay.
I refill the mug and take it with me.
All right. So, God damn it. Okay, so Rhodes and Lokeros, you guys head out into the streets. I'm just going to ignore the maniacal laughing in the background at the moment. So you guys head out into the streets. Like I said, there are more guards than normal out on the streets at the moment. There are some people this late at night, but not many. So let's see what you come across first.
I want to I want to see if I can find a seedier part of town. Maybe stop back by Mabel. Just some some the people that I know deal in some backdoor stuff, and see if I can start finding out some information on the darker element at play here. If there's whisperings, if maybe the Carver's group are hiring or something like that,
So to that end, are you wanting to head to Mabel's shop first, since you had noted earlier that she seemed to deal in perhaps some shadier side of things, or are you wanting to go to a completely different business or gathering place?
I think Mabel's shop might be a good place to start, and I think I have enough gold to make it worth your while. So, yeah, I'd like to start there.
Okay, so Mabel's shop wasn't in the Market Lane or the Shinebox Square. She actually had a place close to the Ollie Block Brothers off of Tinker's Road. So you guys make your way through the streets to that side of town, and you approach Mabel's shop. The front door, the front main business part is closed up from earlier and whatnot. But you do remember she had a back area that she had led you to, and you had also noted that there was like a back door that led to like a back alley.
I want to go back around there with Lokeros and knock on the door.
So you guys head back there, and you leave a couple raps on the door, and after a few moments...
Oh, actually... Sorry, one thing real quick.
Sure.
Before we get to the door, I want to use the special power on my armor and say the word Pharos and have it turn into an all-black garb with a hood that I can pull up and a sash that I can pull over my face if need be. I want those down. They're not on.
Gotcha.
I want them available.
Okay. Alrighty. So you do that and knock on the door, and after a few moments, it creaks just a little bit as you see the hunched old form of Mabel from between the cracks, and she's just like, "Yes, who is it?"
So I push in a platinum piece through the crack of the door, and I say, "Just a friend here for a nice chat and maybe a cup of tea."
She takes the platinum and she opens the door a little bit more, and she looks at the two of you for a moment. When she sees you, she kind of gives a nod like she recognizes you. And I see you're back already. Come in.
Thank you. And I duck in and I introduce Lokeros. This is my associate, my dear friend and my trusted counterpart. He helped me with the matter that I spoke with you about earlier, and now we're wondering if maybe
I assume the products that I provided you with were to your satisfaction.
They were most magnificent. I have never seen such work. You are a true artisan, Mabel. Thank you so much.
Oh, well.
They seemed a little more than expected.
Well, of course, the woman is incredible. I am entirely satisfied.
Agreed.
Thank you.
Well, I could sense the young man here was doing it for matters of the heart, perhaps? She arches an eyebrow.
Yeah, you can say that.
Something else brings us here this evening.
Oh?
We have another friend who is looking for a long lost relative, a woman who has a snake tattoo. I know some folks have seen her in town, and knowing the sort of circles that she runs in,
She, as you're starting to talk, she immediately holds up a hand to shush you, and you see she checks the doors and pulls the drapes again, and you see her double check the bolt on the door and whatnot, and everything, and she's just like, if you're speaking of who I think you are, then no names are needed.
I knew we've come to the right place. And I pull out another platinum and I hand it to her.
She pushes it back in your direction. Her demeanor has shifted a bit to very cautious, like nervous caution. I don't know how and what is going on, but if that woman is in town, then dark things are approaching that I don't want to get caught up in, boys.
I understand. Maybe we can
really
not speak of her, but maybe we can speak of the people around her. That'd be more satisfactory.
People around her are either with her or wind up dead.
Well, let's focus on the ones who wind up dead then, shall we? Since they're not going to be here to come looking for you.
Are you threatening that sweet old lady?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to avoid talking about the people that she's frightened of while still getting the information that I want. But if it comes to it, damn it, no. Mabel is my very friends. Mabel is my... There's a line, Road. There's a line. Okay, so
we found the line. We know where it's
at. He still doesn't.
Okay.
All right. So he says, well, so let's start off with, have you heard of a Carver Blackwood?
Can't say that I have. Doesn't sound like someone who goes around in the circles that I have at one point traveled amongst.
Have you heard the name Lord Renauld?
She drops the teapot that she was in the middle of like pouring out for you guys. Oh, it's a name that basically goes hand in hand with the woman that you're inquiring about.
Do
you know who Lord Renauld is?
Yeah.
Not quite an easy answer to give.
Is he the bastard son of the king?
Oh, that boy? He's nothing but a puppy.
But is he in league with these two, though?
Oh, there very well could be machinations there for that young man. I don't know the royal house personally, but I can only imagine being not only a second son, but an illegitimate son as well, has probably harbored negative feelings for years. Isn't that how it goes with most people of power?
Oh, yeah, I've met him. I don't trust him. But
and
he seems to be injured.
He is injured, and we know that he's in league with the woman.
Well, like I said, the woman and Lord Renault basically go hand in hand. She's something of a... No, if right hand is the best word for her, but she's very closely associated with him. She's very dangerous, and, well, her whole family, that whole line is dangerous and can't be trusted.
Well, she can't be trusted, but that doesn't mean others of her line wouldn't be trustworthy.
Red sort of holds up a hand to Lokeros and goes, and then he turns to Mabel and says, We'll be certain to be careful. Is there anything that Lord Renault wants or has been searching, have you heard any whispers or rumors about their activity in the city?
I think you're thinking on a smaller scale there, boys. It's this Lord Renault doesn't just have intentions on this city. He's something that goes far back into, well, the history of Arias itself. He's something dark and powerful, possibly not even of this world.
I want to do a history check.
Go ahead.
Can I do that with advantage, being as I know certain things?
With your background and your upbringing, yeah, I'll give you an advantage.
You're so goddamn mysterious, Lokeros. What's inside your head?
Let's see. History 15. Oh, sorry, advantage. Oh, 15. I rolled a 1.
You're pretty well versed for the most part in the major history of at least the continent of Arias. There were 2 previous ages known as the Age of Dragons and the Age of Fae. Currently, you're in the period known as like the Age of Humans, and that is marked by the arrival of humans into the continent of Arias itself. Going through what you've remembered, what you've been taught about the previous ages, the name Renault doesn't come up in any of that. And I mean, like, the history of Arias goes back very, very far. So
Right, but no possible link to any demonic influence.
The only like dark evil that you recall was what was the Great War, and that had to do with the denizens of the Underdark rising from the Great Mountains to attack the Dwarven and Shah Alanis kingdoms.
Got it. Okay, so nothing immediate, nothing very recent at all. Okay.
Yeah. Rhodes, did you have anything?
So, hypothetically, if we wanted to learn more about this Lord Renault character, is there someone we could go see? Is there someone who might talk to us? Or does he have a door that we could go knock on?
Not. She takes a moment to consider. Well, I can't think of anyone here of note in Fitzpark or Smignagant as a whole kingdom. If you were looking for such a person or answers, you might try the Raven Council of Vivandi or the Highborn Council in Menthalas.
Okay.
Oh, I whisper, hey, Road, maybe a visit to our old friend.
Yes. That one. Percy might be somebody to go check out too.
You may also, I don't know how far your travel's planning on taking you, but there is talk of a very well-written wizard far in the dwarven kingdom of Ukraine who has actually compiled a compendium of the history and lore of Arias. He goes by the name of Fitzwick. That's what his name was.
And where do we find him again?
He, if I remember correctly, he serves the royal courts in the dwarven kingdom of Ukraine.
Okay.
But I know that's way far to the north.
Is it? Is that past the high elf lands?
This whole So Ukraine is across the Great Mountains, and you guys are presently here. The other places that she suggested were so she suggested Menthalas, Ukraine, and also the Wizard Kingdom of Vivandi, the Raven Council,
Yeah.
which is where you remember your pal Percy is from.
I get that
And
one
Vivandi
covered.
is there. And then there's always the White Tower itself in the Bleak Pass.
Which is where Percy actually is. Well,
That's where
we
you guys
him.
left. Yep.
Yeah, if we're gonna go to Vivandi, we might as well stop and see Percy.
Yeah.
He's got far more reason to help us. Menthalos, though, is where Naomi and crew want to go. So there, it might make sense to go there. And then on a personal matter, heading up to Ukraine takes me along an edge of forest that I do want to stop into at some point.
Which forest is that?
That's the was it Abington?
Oh, Abington. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Abington. I'll highlight Abington for you.
Yeah.
This human kingdom.
Yep. For information on the Silverkund.
Is that Kenton City?
Abington City. It's not a very original kingdom.
Abington City.
All right. All right. So that's all the questions I have for Mabel. I offer her that platinum piece again.
She still refuses to take it. Adamantly, she pushes it back. I strongly suggest that you think very long and hard before you pursue this whole Lord Renault and woman thing. Like I said, very, very dangerous folk, even for someone like me.
I appreciate your concern, Mabel. I hope that you stay safe and well, and that we see you again very soon. Thank you.
She nods at you guys. Do you return to the tavern?
I think so. What about you, Lokeros? What do you think?
Yeah, Mabel, it was very nice to meet you. We'll see each other again.
She nods. You guys return to the tavern and call it a night, or do you have anything else you want to do?
I am going right in. I'm going to try to find which rooms they stayed in. In fact, I'm just going to flat out ask Fiora.
Yeah, I'm going with Lokeros on that. We can toss the rooms together.
Awesome. All right. So you two go and do that. Fiora lets you know. I mean, she knew what you guys were planning on doing. So you guys go through the rooms, and I'll have you go ahead and make a quick investigation check, the both of you.
I think that is an 18.
That is not great.
That's a 14.
That is investigation, and it's only an 8 for me.
Okay. You guys don't find much in here, just travel gear. Lokeros, the only thing you find and come out with is what looks to be some papers. Like, you think there might be a letter in there somewhere, but you do find like one of the guys did have a small pouch of 30 gold. You're not able to locate more money that you were promised and whatnot. Nothing else of note except some stacks of paper.
All right, I take the stacks of paper and the gold.
Mm-hmm.
I hand the gold to Rode and I say, "Hey, when you get a chance, give this to Naomi."
Sure. How much gold again was it? I'm sorry.
30 gold.
30 or 3?
30. 30.
Okay.
And don't tell Mannie, please. He hates when I give stuff away. You know this.
I don't have any secrets, Mannie Lokeros.
Well,
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to tell him. It's just shiny pieces of metal to me. I don't give a shit.
Okay. We need to talk more, Rode.
We do. All right. I'm tempted. What do you think, Lokeros? I'm tempted for us to like spend the night in this room and just see what happens.
Yeah.
If people come looking for them, or if somebody tries to come in and toss the room, somebody else.
Yeah, I agree. Well, yeah, how about this, Road? I agree. I would rather have you in here. Oh, well, rather, I would like you in here, but I think maybe you should stay and keep an eye on with Mannie. I don't think this is the first time she's popped up into his room when he's been all alone.
Well, yeah, she left.
I don't want him stealing him away at night. She keeps threatening that he needs to get away from here.
Yeah, well, she just might get her wish for the time being. If we have to head out,
maybe that's our decision, and until we can find out what's going on.
All right. So you're gonna stay here then, in this room?
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on Togoro, make sure he's okay, and let him know that I'm not going to be in the room. I don't want him worrying or coming for me.
Well, I'll stay here till you let Togoro know, and then when you get back, I'll go back to the room with Mannie.
Thanks for joining us for the Arias adventures here on Party Advantage. Come join our community over on our Discord channel and hang out with the cast and fellow fans of the show by following the link in the episode description. You can also find us on Twitter and Facebook using @PartyAdvantage to check out fun post, polls, and special announcements. Lastly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you stay current with all of our episodes on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Come back next week for the Farwind Saga run by fellow DM Rob Kerr. Will the party find an advantage on their next encounter? Only one way to find out. See you then.